Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to the Mesa City Council study session for the afternoon of Monday, January the 24th. We have Councilmember Spilsbury with us virtually, and we haven't heard if Kevin is coming or not. We hope to see him soon. The first item on our agenda is the review of the agenda for tonight's council meeting. So let's go through that. Council, do you know, is there anything on that agenda that you'd like some additional information on?
Vice Mayor Duff did a great job.
I heard that.
Oh.
She resolved all outstanding questions at last Thursday's study session.
And I
So
heard you did a great job at the conference, U.S. Conference of Mayors.
thank you for covering for me. I missed last Thursday because I was at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and some good things happened while I was there. So yeah, it was time well spent. Thank you. We have a couple of items off the consent agenda, but they're just introductions prior to annexations. But is anything on the agenda that so I know we had a good discussion last Thursday. Any additional information you need, Mr. Freeman?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't able to attend the study session last Thursday. However, I did preview it over our information here and virtually. But on 5J, there was discussion about the virtual firefighter recruit exam. Chief Dunn kind of called me out and said in the old days we had to fill out cards. But Chief, I was just wondering if individuals that might be dyslexic or other maybe some type, I'm not going to use the word impairment, but kind of hinders their taking a virtual exam, does this compensate for them? Because I know some individuals on fire, having worked there, have had difficulty in taking exams.
Can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Thank you for the question. That is actually a very good question. We'll have to consult with HR on that. We want to make sure that they have the same opportunities they had when they came in for the written and had someone read them the exam in that regard. So we'll have to figure out virtually how we make that happen.
I know in response to Councilmember Luna's questions, as I listened to the study session, that wasn't brought up, but he brought up some great questions. But that's just one of the things I'm thinking about if we're going to do this type of recruit exam testing, then allowing all those who test to be capable of doing that. Whether they're dyslexic, I don't know, there might be some other hindrances to taking
and they will have to, they will have to go to a testing site, and maybe that's available to them at the testing sites where they're going to go to take these tests, wherever they're located. It just broadens the scope of who gets the test.
Oh, yeah.
So it might be available at the testing sites.
But I think this is a great start in testing, and this opens it up to anybody. Instead of coming to Mesa, Arizona, they can at least take this initial exam.
Yeah.
Then show up here for the rest of the skill sets.
Yeah, we're very excited about it. We do think it'll broaden our scope and really expand out to the communities all around us, outside of Arizona even, to kind of take a chance to take a test with us.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mayor.
I apologize for not being here last Thursday. I mean, I know that we have far more applicants for fire than we do have positions, and so. But in police and other areas right now, with our workforce challenges, I wonder, would it assist us in recruiting police officers if we did have a remote testing option as well?
Mayor, we know that this exam exists for firefighters. I'll have to follow up with PD, see if there's a similar. I like the idea that it provides for a larger diversity and geographic dispersion. You know, you don't have to come to Mesa, Arizona to be tested. So we can look at that on the PD side. I don't know if there's a similar type of test that exists on that side, because they go through quite a rigor of making sure that the questions and everything are very consistent with it. But we can follow up, Mayor, and come back and let you know.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, Council, other questions regarding our agenda for later tonight? Any additional information you'd like? All right. That being the case, next item on our agenda, item 2A, is acknowledge receipt of minutes of various boards and committees. Thank you for making a motion to that effect, Mr. Luna, seconded by Mr. Thompson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. That passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is meetings and conferences attended. Council members, anything you'd like to share with us? Mr. Freeman.
I had a Public Safety Committee meeting on the NLC this past week and got to visit with him. It was our initial meeting, and chairman is Joel Navarro, who's a council member in the city of Tempe. So he's our chair, so excited to move forward with a lot of great implementation, both police and fire, public safety issues. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Luna.
I almost forgot, but I had a HELO meeting. I'm the past chair, but I'm still involved in the leadership of that committee, and we're planning the future of the HELO organization, and we're looking forward to the CC conference, which will take place in Washington, D.C., and it is going to happen, so.
Very good. We'll be there. Vice Mayor?
Well, since we're on National League of Cities, I did attend the Women in Municipal Government Committee meeting, and we talked about ways that we can acknowledge and celebrate Women's History Month in March and bring forward a lot of our leaders that within the municipal government and, of course, historically. And I don't have anything else to add as far as what we've done, but I just want to say tomorrow morning, a lot of us will be out on the streets doing the point-in-time homeless count with PD and, taking that count that we rely on for a lot of our resourcing for homeless individuals and seeing and talking to them, seeing what their needs are, and look forward to it.
I will see you there bright and early tomorrow morning.
5:30, yeah.
Yeah. Other comments on this topic? As I indicated earlier, I was last week in Washington, D.C. for the meeting of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and it was very productive. Had an opportunity to meet with the President of the United States and to have a good discussion, as well as several cabinet members. I was happy to brag about what we're doing in Mesa, Arizona, and express appreciation for the federal government support that we've received over the last year. And I can tell you that Mesa, Arizona is very much on the map and on the minds of our federal government and our congressional delegation. So I know good will come of that. I think we might see some cabinet secretaries and possibly even folks from the White House making their way out here over the next few months, which will be welcome. Anything else on this agenda item? If not, Mr. Brady, I'm sorry.
Can I interrupt?
Please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to prompt Councilmember Heredia to talk about an exciting news that we have for our transportation, our transit.
Oh, yes, we got, there's a check on its way, I think, right?
Yeah, we, thank you, Vice Mayor Duff. We had an award, one of the largest awards, a grant to start the process, the ongoing process of streetcar potentially, how that will look like in West Mesa. So it was $960,000 as far as the grant award that was issued throughout the country. And so, as you said, Mayor, Mesa's being noticed and recognized, and hopefully we can utilize those funds to further move the idea of increasing our public transit options here in Mesa. So,
yeah, we fought to get that item in the regional transportation plan to extend the streetcar project up Rio Salado out to the Fiesta District and Mesa Community College, and it's a great idea, and that money will be well spent to study that further. If there's nothing else, Council, Ms. Spilsbury, good to have you with us. Anything you'd like to contribute to this point? Okay. Mr. Brady, what does our schedule of future meetings look like?
Well, I have a minor announcement, and then I think, Mayor, we should really, there's someone who's just lighting up the room here. We probably ought to recognize her too, but I don't know why her smile is so big today. But just my only contribution is we will not be having a study session this Thursday. So we won't plan on having a study session, but we'll see you on the 27th of January for our next study session. So, but Mayor, I'll send it back to you. You might want to.
I do. Well, we don't have a spoiler alert. I think upstairs we will say something about our retiring city clerk. But for those of us, this is kind of a nice collection of Mesa City employees down here, so it's probably even more meaningful and appropriate to just, let's give a round of applause to Deanne Mickelsen. I think everyone knows that Deanne has been a very, very good city clerk. She has a very difficult job. Elections and a lot of the work surrounding elections can sometimes be, you deal with people who aren't at their best, and but Deanne has been uniformly liked and admired by everyone, not just those of us that work for the city of Mesa, but even those who are very critical of the city of Mesa. The one thing we can all agree on is that we like Deanne. Thanks for making a tough job look easy, Deanne. And we certainly wish you a very happy retirement, but we'll talk about that more upstairs as well. All right, if there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? Thank you, Mr. Luna and Mr. Thompson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned.